Hello and welcome to the Calmcast, a time to feel calm and think clearly. I'm Claire Downham, the Queen of Calm, a transformational life coach. I was a burnt out head teacher who finally made the journey to calm after years of trying, and I want to prevent you from having to do the same. The Calmcast is a series of short explorations, gently guiding you back to your natural state, which is calm and clarity. Just listen like you would listen to music, with an open mind and curiosity. There's nothing else to do. Now let's relax into today's episode. So today the title of today's session is Slowing Down to Speed Up. And I've just realised I haven't plugged my mic in. So I had an experience this weekend. I'm having more and more of these experiences where I manage to stop. Now that might sound like not a big deal. However, for me, it really is. I remember a time when I literally couldn't sit still. I would, even when I was watching television, I'd be thinking about the next thing to do. I'd be quite jittery and wriggly and not able to sit very still. If you got me in a cinema, I'd probably be all right, because I at some point during the film, I would look at my watch to check what time it was and how much longer I needed to be sat still and how much longer it would be before I could go off and do something. And the idea of just sitting still, not doing anything, would have been, I don't know, I feel like it would have been a bit scary for me. Near on impossible, really. And this weekend, I just to really show the huge transformation that this weekend we've been away for a week or so in the motorhome, and this weekend on our way back down the country, we fancied finding somewhere to go for a walk, and we found this beautiful reservoir. I think it's called Codbeck Reservoir. It's in the North Yorkshire moors. And we went for a little walk, but then we had a little bit of time before we needed to kind of move on. And there was a little patch of grass next to some water. And my fiancé said, should we just go sit and chill? I amazed myself, to be fair, that I actually managed to do that. So I took my book, so I wasn't doing absolutely nothing, but I was lying still, and I lay on the grass and I read my lovely book. I was reading a lovely book by Millie Johnson. I absolutely love her books. I'm finding them very addictive at the moment. So I lay still and read my book, probably for about maybe an hour and a half, maybe a bit longer, around that amount of time anyway, before we needed to set off again. And it was lovely, and I felt okay doing it. That was such a revelation, because it used to feel like if I stopped, some kind of disaster would occur. It was really ridiculous how addicted to moving I was, addicted to keeping on doing things and moving and being busy. And of course, for me, that eventually led to burnout, which is pretty awful. Understatement of the year, really. So what I've seen over the period between 2015, when I burnt out, and now, gradually, and more so recently, really, is that all this rushing around that we're doing, this hustle life that we have, isn't really the best for us. That's the first thing. It just isn't. But I think it's compelling, really compelling, because it looks like there's somewhere to get to, doesn't it? You know, that once certain things are in place, once we've got a certain lifestyle or a certain amount of money or a certain whatever, for me it was chasing careers for my children or men online, not literally chasing them, but trying to find a relationship that I liked and wanted to be in. When we start to see that our well-being isn't actually dependent on attaining any of those things, then it starts to make less and less sense to be doing them, to be chasing, to be moving forward at a rate of knots. And that, I think, allows us to be more present. Now, the really interesting thing is that before I came across this inside-out understanding that I share in these sessions, I was really stuck around being productive enough. So I would have said that, everybody's working on something, aren't they? My thing that I was working on was productivity, to be more productive, to be not procrastinating, to be doing more and more and more. That was the driving force. That was why I was doing all the self-development, because I thought that I could self-develop myself into more motivation. Now, the really interesting thing is that as I have taken my eye off that and stopped thinking about that in terms of me, and I have slowed down a little bit, when things do come out of me, they come with all the resources that I need. So they come with all the all the resources I need, all the energy, all the people seem to appear at the right time to support me in whatever it is I'm pursuing. All of those things just materialize when what I am doing is coming from the slower space, coming from the space, coming from slowing down. It's absolutely amazing what it is possible to do and create when you are slowing down. So sometimes I still do lots of things. I still go quite fast. I'm quite productive, very productive actually, probably more productive than I ever was when I was pursuing productivity. I mean, totally ironically, that there seems to be more space for things to come, and there's more things coming, and there's more things that I feel inclined to pursue. I think previously I had ideas, but then all my thinking would get in the way of those ideas and I wouldn't pursue them because I would be almost frozen to the ground with the amount of thinking that came and the amount of pressure that I then, of course, created using my thinking. So it's seeing that there is more to us than this busy doing creature. There's more available when we slow down. Now, slowing down might sound like something really, really deliberate, but what I've noticed as I have changed my relationship with that thinking that said you need to be busy, you need to be doing more, you're not doing enough, as I've started to take that less seriously, as I've started to go, hang on a minute, that's just thought, it's just not true, it's something that's passing through me, it isn't who I am. There has been more and more capacity, I guess, for the slowing down to occur by itself. Like it doesn't feel uncomfortable anymore because the uncomfortable thinking I had about being still isn't there anymore. And that's where I'm pointing to in these sessions, is not that you need to deliberately slow down to speed up, not that you need to do something about the thinking that says you need to go faster. It's more just seeing that underneath all that thinking is this capacity to slow down. And as I'm saying that, there's a feeling of emotion. Yeah, underneath your noisy thinking, underneath the thoughts that said do, keep going, keep busy. Underneath that is this capacity to go slower, is this capacity to slow down. And it's almost like when we settle and slow down, then there's a bit more space in our heads and there's a bit more space in us. Then we connect to the power of the universe and we become that. And then the things that come through us have this energy to them, this spark to them. And I know you've seen that in yourself. You know that somebody once asked entrepreneurs, when do you have your best ideas? And they said, in the shower when I'm playing golf, because obviously entrepreneurs all play golf. I don't, by the way. Or when I'm playing with my kids, I'm on holiday, when I'm chilling out, it all pointed to that. So that's our capacity, this capacity in this space to slow down. It's available to us all. Something to get curious about.
Thank you so much for listening. There's nothing to do now but bring some awareness to how this is working out in your life. Listen regularly to experience longer and longer periods of calm. This has been the Calmcast with Claire Downham, Queen of Calm. Take care and keep listening.